afternoon, welcome to a match of Dota 2. It is a GosuLeague Division 2 match. It is game number 1 of Season 4 of one of the last games for Division 2 for GosuLeague this season. And even though it's only two matches left, I should say, 4 games in total, it's still not sure about which team will be on top of Division 2 for this season, because right now, as it stands, we as Asian have played every single match of them already. They've played all 7 matches, of which they won 6. And they only lost 1. They lost versus Empire. Empire has still got 2 matches to play, so 4 games, because each match has 2 games, one from the Radiant side, one from the Dire side, with a point for each match and stuff. But Empire has got 5 games played. Yes, they won all 5, but they have to win 3 out of the 4 games, so 1.5 out of the 4 matches, I guess, out of the 2 matches. In order to still beat We Has Asian. And we're going to see if they're going to be able to do that. Of course, on paper, they are the better team, if you look at the rankings and stuff. But we're going to see if 404 Not Found, who is on the Dire side for this first game, is going to be able to throw Empire off guard. Empire is playing with a stand-in today, so might hamper them slightly in their playing, but the stand-in is DK Phobos, who you of course have seen before as a stand-in also for Navi a while back. But we're gonna see how they're gonna do. We have got some banouts. We have got the Undying, the Bat Rider, as well as the Darkseer and the Templar Assassin, and we're gonna see which hero is the first pickup for Empire. As one thing to note is, of course, oh, there's the Jakiro, no real surprise there, but of course, Centaur was added in the patch recently. He is not yet in Captain's mode, and because of the reworks of Drow Ranger and also of Silencer, they are not in Captain's mode anymore either, because, well, Icework first has to see how they do in the testings and stuff, or in this week, I should say. Who knows, maybe next week we'll have them back. But yeah, Jakiro, he got a slight rework, but it's just, he is still very strong. He is still a strong support, and will be a first pickup here for Empire, with a Rubik and a Bounty Hunter for 404 Not Found, having their long lane off lane, as well as a possible support in their Rubik. And they give Empire the chance to pick up 2 heroes again, of which the first one is Queen of Pain. So I would like to see Centaur, Magnetower. Wow, I'm gonna mess that up when they both get into Captain's mode, if I already do that when they're not both in Captain's mode. But I'm a bit of a fan of Magnetower. He's I like to see him play. And if you imagine him using his ulti, and then have a Macropyre and a Sonic Wave over the top of that, that's everybody who was hit by that ulti from the Magnus is dead. Puck will be picked up here by Empire, so they also have their solo off lane, leaving Queen of Pain to probably be the hero that's going to be in the mid lane. So they only need either a jungle hero and a carry, or a carry and another support to go for a tri lane. But we'll find that out soon after the next ban phase. But first, it's 404's chance to pick something up, to pick up their last hero before we go into the second banning phase. And I mean, there's a lot of heroes still in the pool that we normally see picked up fairly early, or that we normally saw being picked up fairly early, like the Leshrac, like the Tidehunter, heroes like that, all still in. Of course, all of the jungle heroes are still in as well. If 404 wants to go for one, they could now pick someone up and then ban out the rest to make sure that they are the only one to have that jungle advantage. But that will mean that they will face a tri lane, and if they want to do that, will depend. How are they going to counter that tri lane? Is it going to be Bounty Hunter versus that one then? Or do they want to go for an aggressive tri lane, which is still a very good possibility as well? Of course, Naga Siren is still in the pool. If they want to go for a solid dual lane with Naga Siren and Leshrac, for example, if they don't get banned out, then they still have a chance there. But they are going into their bonus time to pick up this last hero before the next ban phase. Let's see what they're gonna do. I mean, there's so many options right now. Like, I spam out a lot of hero names that are usually banned / picked in the first phases of the draft. But there's so many heroes that for which I can say that right now, that it might not even be, you know, all that viable to say that anymore, because there's just a lot of options, and it really depends on what kind of strategy you want to go for. They go for Leshrac, so I'm kind of thinking either Rubik is going to be a solo mid, or it's going to be a tri lane. Of course, Rubik and Leshrac go well together if they both, for example, support on the same tri lane. Rubik's Telekinesis can set up for Leshrac's stun pretty solid. Like no chance to miss it unless there's miscommunication, which is of course not something that you expect there to be. But I will make sure that Split Earth does hit from that Leshrac, and of course I mean that telekinesis is just a very good initiation spell, and I will be able to make sure there's going to be a first blood if Empire is letting themselves get cut out and not have enough counter ganking heroes or anti-ganks. Like Jakiro is a kind of an anti-gank hero. I mean, if you see someone being picked up by Rubik with a telekinesis, all you have to do is lay down an ice path and your target or your teammate, sorry, will be able to walk away freely from that. It's going to be a Broodmother here that gets banned out by Team Empire. I mean, we have seen Broodmother getting banned out by Goblak as the first ban for a very long time. They still don't like to face him. And even though I don't think that 4-4 would want to pick him up, they just don't like to face him. But, I mean, there was a very long time when, for some reason, I casted a lot of Empire games in a couple of days. Every single game they banned out that Broodmother, apart from one game in which they actually picked it up. So it's just a hero that I don't like facing, and I don't blame them. I mean, it requires a lot of effort to take down, a lot of effort to shut that Broodmother down, and even though it is definitely possible to counter her, it's just, you know, it's an annoying hero. If you don't know exactly what to ban out, you can always ban out those annoying heroes. It's going to be Enchantress that gets banned out as a reply to the Chen ban out. Enigma is still in the pool, of course, as a jungle hero if they want to go for it, if either team wants to go for it, but I am expecting him to be banned out as well. If Not Found is going to be banning that one out, I would not be surprised because Empire has the first pick. So if they are expecting Empire to go for that Enigma, then that will be their ban. Of course, there's a lot of heroes who are, not a lot, well, there are some heroes that you can consider jungle heroes that are not normally jungle heroes. Example comes to mind as a Doom, for example. Even though he jungles slow, it is definitely a possibility. It's going to be a Chaos Knight ban out from 404. Not wanting to deal with that disable, because that's a lot of disable coming off from him. And Empire going for their last ban right now, and it's gonna be a Brewmaster.
Dire team ban.
Just a hero with a lot of mid-game presence for them to be banning out. I'm still quite expecting 4-4. I mean, what will they go for? Is that Rubik gonna be a solo mid hero, or maybe Leshrac? We have seen him be a solo mid hero for a long time. It's yeah, I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it, and because those two heroes can play multiple roles, Empire also does not really know what to expect from those two heroes. So it is. I really like that 404 is really not giving that much away with their drafts or with their first three picks right now. Of course, Bounty Hunter kind of indicates that they want to go also for a bit mid-game, but then again, it's the normal tactic to have a mid-game hero, mid-game heroes, and then one late game just to make sure that your team can distract the opponents while your hard carry farms. And it's an Alchemist being picked up by Empire. Now he's got a buff, of course, and he is a farming machine, I can call him. And I'm kind of curious to see how active he's gonna be in the mid game, or how much he's just gonna be AFK farming, because that's something that an Alchemist wants to do, of course, AFK farm. And 404 probably knows that, so they have to try to shut him down. But Alchemist is also one of those heroes that is not just being able to be shut down, because as soon as he's got his chemical rage, he'll just be able to as soon as he sees an initiation on him, he is tanky enough to survive the initiation. If you think about Rubik Leshrac, and he can just walk away afterwards. So they need a lot to take him down. Maybe even an extra stun right now would not be a bad idea. And this is the bonus time for 404 that's ticking away, and they only have 15 seconds left for their entire last two picks, for the rest of the draft. 10 seconds. If they don't pick soon, they will be randoming, and this gives away what they are gonna do. It's gonna be Invoker solo mid and Rubik Leshrac on a tri-lane or dual lane. I'm expecting a tri-lane still. And it's gonna be the Treant Protector for Empire as their last pickup. So that's gonna be a tri-lane. Alchemist, Jakiro, and Treant Protector is the lane, I think, with a Queen of Pain mid and a Puck solo off lane. We'll see if they're actually gonna do that, but That's what my expectations are anyway. I really like the pickup. I'm a fan of Train Protector. He of course got slightly buffed also in the last patch. He already was strong. I mean, some people said he already was strong to begin with. It's just that teams didn't have the chance to test him out all that much, so that he wasn't really discovered. But we're gonna see. Empire has discovered him for this game anyway. It's gonna be a lifestealer for the last pickup for 4 not found. And that's gonna be closing the line. I do think he's gonna be on the lane, not in the jungle. But we'll find out. It's I'm hoping it's gonna be an aggressive trial lane, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out how they're gonna be dealing with this, with these drafts, with these picks that, I mean, with the latest patches, predicting drafts is not really all that possible anymore. There's just so many heroes out there that are undiscovered, can be really good, and it's yeah, I like the patch notes. I like the patches, in case you didn't realize. We're gonna see how these teams are gonna be dealing with this.
5 seconds.
Come on, pick up your heroes so we can jump ourselves into the game. One more hero to be left to be picked up. There we go. And it already changed the camera speed. Good stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go over 404 first. I know a lot of you people probably don't know 404. It is a team that has been participating in GosuLeague for a while now, and they are 4th actually in this division too. Definitely not doing bad at all, but of course they want to also win from Empire. They don't have a chance to be number 1 anymore this season, however. It's only Empire that has that, and we has Asian also in Division 2. You need to be number 1 place if you want to make it to Division 1. That's of course why everybody wants to be number 1. Number 2 place is not enough. You really have to be that top one there. But yeah, let's see who is playing for 404 not found. It's Noobs Run, or Run Noobs Run on the Lifestealer. It's gonna be Arista playing the Lashrak. It's gonna be a stand-in Steam playing the Lashrak. Oh, sorry, Arista playing the Rubik. Wow. And this is indeed a tri-lane. This is an aggressive tri-lane. I really like this. They are gonna try to shut that Alchemist down. How far they're gonna be able to come, I don't know, but I already said that this initiation of these two is pretty strong, and if you then have an open wounds as well, slowing the target down, it might be enough. But we're gonna find out. Of course, like I said, there's the Jakiro, who is the anti-gank here, who could be doing some stuff also. Oh, look at this. They're gonna find that one, and Jakiro is already gonna back off. There's the ice pad, locks in too. Is there gonna be a telekinesis? No, nothing's picked up yet by the Rubik, and they actually back off. They're just dancing around each other, slightly. They see each other. I mean, it's daytime. They see each other. And we also have the Alchemist standing close by, but I don't think they're gonna be going. No, they don't back off. Yeah, I can continue introducing the rest? Yes, I can. Okay, so mid lane we have got indeed got the Invoker. He is gonna be played by Broke Wrist. Well, that's pretty painful if you're then gonna play Dota, but that's okay. We're gonna have Loquap playing the Bounty Hunter on this top lane. Solo lane up versus stand-in for Empire. DK Phobos gonna be playing that puck. And should be both having an okay lane. Both should not be dying. As I'm gonna go back to the bottom lane because this is where the action is happening. It's gonna be Rubik that's already taking a lot of damage here. Open wounds up on the Alchemist. Ice Bat latches, and it is the Lashrak that dies first with the Train Protector picking up the kill. And now Arista gonna. Oh, jeez. That Train Protector double damage rune. That is really super painful. And that is a double kill for Goblak. So the start has been set. The tone has been set, the start has been made, and it's just a lifestealer that's alive here on this bottom lane. And it's gonna be continue to try to get some last hits here, even though so far he's only gotten the knife. I mean, he can't really get all too close. There's gonna be a stun, there's gonna be an ice path if he does come too close, and that might just mean his end. That's something that he really wants to do. But yeah, we're gonna have Blow Your Brain playing the Alchemist. Is gonna be Goblak playing the Train Protector. We already saw picking up a double kill, and Silent will be playing the Jakiro, meaning that Scandal will be playing, of course, his solo role on the Queen of Pain on this top lane. Should be okay for both teams. It's gonna be a Quas-Exort Invoker, so he's gonna have that survivability, and look at this aggression. They know they have to shut this down. Ice Pad only gonna hit on the Lifestealer. Shrekstun is gonna hit. Here comes Train Protector though. Lost his double damage, who still does a lot of damage. Sunstrike is gonna try to help out. Jakiro is still alive, however. It's gonna be the Leshrac that dies. Look at that burst damage coming out, and the pause comes out from the lifestealer. That is not good. He crashed. That is not good. But this Terrain Protector, of course, he got a rework in 2 patches ago. His right click damage, his base damage, is so much higher than it was before. I mean, look at that. Yes, he hits very slow, but 81. And if you compare it to others, Alchemist 58, Rubik 51, this is about the right click damage that you normally see. Of course, Lifestealer is pretty high there as well, but 53 to 55 to 60 is basically normal. But 81 is really a lot of damage. And if you combine that with a double damage rune that we saw earlier, I mean, no wonder he gets those massive hits at level 1. This is a Rubik that disconnected, so that's not very good. Even though he didn't have a telekinesis, he's just going to try to walk away from this. There is no unstable concoction. Jesus. From the Alchemist, no stun anytime soon. There's only right clicks from a Terrain Protector. Lifestealer can not throw out an open wounds anymore. No mana up on him, and Jakiro is already on his way out. It's just them trying to back off, and there he reconnects back in. And we're gonna see how this is gonna be working out for him. I'm not all too confident for him, but we'll find out. I mean, he's got 290 movement speed, while the other two that are attempting to chase him already both have higher movement speed. So we'll see how that is gonna work out for him. Even though, you know, in 9 seconds he hasn't got a telekinesis anymore, and they're actually not gonna chase that, or are they? Or are they? Rubik, one more right click there from the Alchemist. He has a telekinesis again. Could try to throw someone up on the hill if he wants to. There's a telekinesis. That's one up on the hill, but he's still gonna go down. One more hit needed from Blow Your Brain, and that is indeed the kill. And the Terrain Protector will hack his way through with the Quelling Blade that he has, so he should be fine. If he uses the Quelling Blade. Well, they both used the... Oh, sorry, the Quelling Blade was from the Alchemist. Wow, I had the wrong hero selected. But still, the Quelling Blade was there. Waited patiently until his teammate got him out, and they will even take care of these creeps that were in their way anyway. Have left the lane for now, as the lane is pushing in towards the tier 1 tower of the Dire side. And Lifestealer therefore getting some free gold and experience. Sentry ward being placed by the Radiant team after they saw... You get gold for killing off wards? Jeez. From the Goblin's Greed, of course, but still. But yeah, after seeing Arista placing that ward, they counter-warded it instantly, and there's now only 1 ward left for that Rubik to be placing as the lane continuously pushes down, meaning that Alchemist will have to wait a bit before he can farm again. But you know what? He's been in 4 kills. He's got 2 kills for himself already. This is a good start for an Alchemist. And he's just gonna continue farming again. Let's see if 404 is gonna be aggressive here again. I'm hoping that I won't miss anything. Well, actually, wait a second. I'm just gonna wait because it looks like Empire wants to be doing something here with Goblag being around the corner there. Ice Path being ready to be thrown out. Or is it? No, not yet. Okay, so middle lane so far. Scandal. Scandal is on 14 for 10 so far. Nice amount of denies already with 6 for 6 on the Invoker. Who is, of course, I mean, he did go for that quest first. So he started out with not that many last hits and managed to get at least a bit back, even though he gets harassed a lot by Scandal, who is out of mana but does have an invisibility rune and will use his bottle charges as well. As we go again towards the bottom lane, Telekinesis stunned up the Alchemist as well as the Jakiro will land an Ice Path, hits on 2. Look at that damage, the Shrek being very squishy once again. Right clicks going through, but this is Blow Your Brain at the downside. Leshrack's on a hit, and it's Lifestealer that gets the last hit. Now Jakiro in a lot of trouble, but here comes Goblik. Ice Path lashes on 2, and the Terrain Protector will take down the Rubik as Jakiro still dies to Noobs Run, Noobs Run, and it's Goblik that's on the run. Open wounds on cooldown. He will be up again. There we go, and that will be Goblik also dying. Should be dying. 1 more hit needed, and that's Leshrack's done doing the job. Here comes Jakiro again, though. Ice Path latches on the Leshrack. Is there gonna be more? Leshrack on the run, does not have boots, but neither did just the Jakiro, and that is 5 for 3. As just now 404 took down the entire trial lane of Empire, and they're not done just yet. Here comes Alchemist once again. Charging up his stun. It's gonna be Jakiro that's gonna be this target. Oh, the stun missed. The rage was in time for the lifestealer, and that has really taken down Jakiro. And now Alchemist on the run, and that is gonna be a Leshrac stun hitting. Sunstrike is not gonna hit. Was close though, but the right clicks were still there. He already is very low again. Just has 2 tangos left. We'll have to be very careful. But what a dodge from that Alchemist stun. Whether it was intentional or not, Run Noobs Run really made sure they got that fight. They're still gonna go again though. Stun still hits, but this is just harassment. As of course Trey and Protector can heal his teammate back up again, but Lifestealer now has to back off again. After also having now, I mean, I said earlier, Alchemist had a good start with being 2-0-2, but now Lifestealer 2-0-2. He's definitely got that good start as well. Let's see how the top lane is doing in the meantime. We have got Puck, got 23 for 5, so doing a great job there. With the Bounty Hunter already forced back, but he is 22 for 6, so he's definitely not doing bad either. And he is actually going to be getting a salve from the Donkey as he returns his bottle to be bottle crowing that one, and we'll get a full bottle returned back to him afterwards. DP incoming from the Leshrac, who's going to go towards the top lane. Level 4 on him right now. He also got a smoke if he wants to use it. Doesn't need to use it because there is no dire wards here. Track is up there. Silence. Bounty Hunter getting harassed. Leshrac is not yet there, and it's gonna be Phobos that is already back. He doesn't know yet that Leshrac can be here though. Let's see if he... Oh, he already popped his edict. There he goes. There is still phase shift was on cooldown, and that's a nice phase shift again. Yeah, and that is the Dream Call doing the works. But the track was up for the Bounty Hunter, so he has got at level 7 right now, as we might see him rotating a bit more as we see bottom lane again. It's gonna be telekinesis there by the Rubik, who's still alive for now, but walks into an ice pad. One more hit away from dying. Queen of Pain will take the last hit. Queen of Pain rotating from the middle lane, helping to get that kill. 6 for 4 right now. So this is the first time that Scandal left his lane. He's level 6, picked up his Sonic Wave at level 6 as well. And we'll be going back towards that middle lane right now, where Invoker in this time has gotten some free farm. He's now 19 for 10, and Queen of Pain just walking his way back. 23 to 13. I mean, she is also in the top 4 of the last hits. I mean, look at this. It is 3 heroes of Empire in the top 4. With only the Bounty Hunter on the dire side. Oh, these heals from the Trey and Protector. This is just so... I mean, you already have Alchemist, it's a pretty tanky hero. And then you also have the living armor. It's just a lot. And they want to go for this open wounds on the Jakiro. Who's going to try and land an ice pad. Leshrac stun hits though, and that is Jakiro. Still alive for now. Oh, goes down before he can do anything. Leshrac still in a lot of trouble as well. Tries to run himself out. Will be fine. And now Goblak on the run. This Lifestealer should not be underestimated. Sunstrike! And that one gets the kill. 2 heroes down on the side of Empire. 404 putting up a fight. Making sure this trial lane is working out for them. I mean, they might not have a good start. But as you all know, kills that happen later on in the game mean more than kills that happen early on, and they have gotten the later games, and it feels like Empire is slightly underestimating this Lifestealer here. And the power of the Lifestealer is just going to be able to right click, rage, right click, and stuff. Ha! Did I mention right click? Yes. I have Trey and Protector, I mean, yeah. Well, he's already back, he died twice now. He's been participated in... Come on, really? Okay, so telekinesis, fate bolt, open wounds, that went very fast. He was on almost full HP when he was here, when I left him there. And that is Alchemist dying 2 times already. And Lifestealer not dying yet once. This Lifestealer could get out of control very much. And did I mention yet that Empire cannot drop a game, well, can drop 1 game if they want to be number 1 in GosuLeague Division 2, if they want to try to make it to Division 1 of GosuLeague. And yes, I did not miss that Bounty Hunter died on the top lane. It was Queen of Pain that came to help out there, but I'm still going to watch this because it looks like Empire wants to go aggressive here again. Alchemist standing ready to throw out a stun if he can. By the way, Sonic Wave was not used by Queen of Pain in the top lane, but they will take a tower as a result for that kill. Double damage on the Queen of Pain did help out Puck. Now going back bottom, telekinesis up on the Trey and Protector. Defensive one though, Leshrac gets stunned up. Alchemist level 6. Ice Pad, nice. Leshrac still lands a stun, doesn't hit anything though, goes down to the Alchemist. There is Jakiro going down, Lifestealer picking it up, and now it is Empire on the run once again. And it's gonna be the Trey and Protector that they're gonna go for. There's no open wounds though, 12 seconds left for that one. And there comes Scandal, wanting to help out his teammates, and they're gonna go for this again. But of course, with the tracks there, Empire knows, or sorry, 404 knows that there's something wrong. Bounty Hunter came in there. Of course, Dust goes off. Scream goes up. Haste Rune will not be picked up by the Bounty Hunter because the Queen of Pain picked it up. And picks up the kill as well. It's going to be the Train Protector that's going to be going down here to the Lifestealer, who is still alive. There's the Rage. Right clicks to go. And he doesn't have any mana once anymore, even though he did switch his power threads towards that mana. Sunstrike will hit. Queen of Pain gets killed off. Tower helping out there, but only after she killed off the Rubik as well as the Leshrac. Nice and fast. Gonna go for Phobos, who does have a phase shift. There's the open wound. There is an orb though. One more hit needed. There he goes. Lifestealer, Wicked Stick, hasn't died yet. 7-0-4 has been in all 11 kills of the entire game right now, and I'm really curious about this experience graph. In favor of the Dire, it is 1,500 almost experience in favor of 404, and in level-wise, I'm quite surprised his Lifestealer is not higher up on there, as he's been in every kill so far that has happened. He's been there. He's got that experience. But then again, being on a trial lane kinda shuts him down. But he's the same level as the solo lanes. Same level as the Queen of Pain, as the Puck, as the Invoker. All heroes that were solo on a lane. Open wounds, blow your brain, Sunstrike to help out, Telekinesis to help out. There comes the Overgrowth, but the Rage is there. 5 seconds left to stun for Blow Your Brain, and it's the Lifestealer that runs away. Still gets stunned up. Do they want to go for him though? Leshrac thinking about stunning here. He's not going to be able to do it. Puck face shifting, well, what he thought it was going to be a stun. No kills happening anymore on this bottom lane for now, because I do think that's going to be changing soon. But for now, Bounty Hunter looking for a kill on Jakiro is level 6. Bounty Hunter level 8. There is no track up just yet, as Lifestealer picked up his armlet, by the way. Nice job for him. Invoker gonna be back home after getting having a standoff with Scandal. Ice Path gonna hit on the Bounty Hunter. There's a slow as well, 30%. Here comes Queen of Pain, full on mana, blinks in. There's no dust on her anymore, and she should be away there soon, as Scream got stolen by Rubik. One more hit needed. Scandal goes down, but as goes the Rubik. It's Bounty Hunter that's taking a lot of damage here. Sunstrike will not hit anymore, and Silence will be back up, but here comes the Leshrac. Dream Coil still there. Will be enough. Leshrac's stun not going to be there. Jakiro picks up the kill for Leshrac as well. Double kill for Silent. And it's 14-12 as these teams are exchanging kills like crazy. The only thing we have to keep in mind is that the Bounty Hunter is on 404 side. So if there's track kills going off and they are exchanging kills, the kills will be in favor of 404. Though I have to say most of the kills, of course, on the bottom lane. Yes, like the Bounty Hunter was on the bottom lane at some point, but of course he's already gone again, so a lot of those kills were not track kills. But right now, I just want to point out again, Lifestealer, he is now a level higher than the rest while being on a tri-lane. It is quite insane. And by the way, that kill on the Queen of Pain in the mid lane was the first kill he was not a part of, and there's the Rage, there's the open wounds, there's also the living armor, but look at this damage. Sunstrike is going to scare them off, and they're actually just going to be forced out of the lane, but that is all that he wanted to do. I mean, he probably knew that one-on-one, with knowing that there is probably a Treant and a Jakiro around there as well, he's not going to be able to do anything, but scaring them out of the lane is of course very important as well. Leshrac being around there just in case something happens. Rubik in the meantime has rotated and is on this middle lane for now, maybe thinking about doing something to Scandal here. As I also have to point out that of course the Alchemist is a hero that at some point you'll leave the lane and try to take towers and take team fights and stuff. Alchemist is one of those heroes that won't join those team fights normally and will just continue farming and can still get very dangerous. But then again, Lifestealer is a semi-counter to him because he can just eat a percentage of the HP, and of course that is nice to be eating up a target that has zillions of HP like the Alchemist, who's already picked up a Vitality booster as well. More health to steal for the Lifestealer. As Jakiro is going to place a sentry ward. There's no wards up for the Dire though, however, like none at all. And I'm sorry, I'll put it up to net worth to see how people are doing. Of course, Lifestealer is highest up on net worth, but 3 heroes, the 3 lanes for Empire being next in line with the Alchemist for the bottom lane, Queen of Pain for the middle lane, and the Puck for the top lane, with the Bounty Hunter being actually surprisingly low. I'm kind of thinking maybe there's something in the courier for him. No. Bounty Hunter has died 3 times, could be a cause, but I'm quite surprised to see him not higher up on that net worth list. As the Invoker, who was of course mid lane as well, solo mid lane, is doing better, and he's even gonna get more gold soon. But as his face boots are getting errated, he's still gonna go down here by the looks of his Sonic Wave hits on 2, and Rubik throws out a Sonic Wave back, but will still go down, as Bounty Hunter is not gonna be in time to do anything with a double kill there for Scandal, who's gonna be just healed up again by Goblag, Living Armor, Global Spell. Yeah, even though Goblik is right next to him, and they might even be able to take down their second tier 2 tower, tier 1 tower of the game. I think Leshrac showed himself there, dust being popped, they still looking for him, they found him as well, but Bounty Hunter is just getting forced back. 4 heroes for Empire in this middle lane right now. And Lifestealer still on the lane, and he even gets the kill there, just swapped back in there for a moment, and bam, he gets a kill. That was a solo kill for the Lifestealer, 8 for 0, as he picks up a Minthrow Hammer. Curious to see what he is going to be going for, if it's going to be a Desolator, or if it's rather going to be an item that I like to see on Lifestealers, but I'm just a fan of those, a Maelstrom and then a Mjolnir later on, but we'll find out soon enough. So the blinks go out from Empire on the bottom lane, they need to shut this Lifestealer down. They just need to. Here comes Alchemist. Chemical Rage activated. Throws down some poison. Acid Spray. And we'll be forcing back the Lifestealer as the supports come in. Supports impact, that is. 4 heroes on the bottom lane. All for this one Lifestealer. This one Lifestealer was being supported as well by Leshrac. We have the Rubik coming in, as well as Invoker also making his way towards the bottom lane. Invoker, who actually picked up a Hand of Midas. Not an item that you normally see on an Invoker, but still something nice if you want to get ahead on experience, because that's just something that's very important for an Invoker, to get those orbs up. Yeah, it's a pretty nice item, I guess. Especially if you can use it on cooldown. And there's nobody else in the jungle, so there's no real competition for it there. Puck still waiting around. 4 heroes on the bottom lane for 4 3 heroes for Empire, with 1 available close by in the jungle, which is the Alchemist, who is just, he has to find places to farm, and he finds it in the jungle. No real surprise there. Sentry wards being placed all over the place, but it's just sentry wards countering sentry wards. And they TP towards the top lane, because there's the Bounty Hunter trying to TP himself up, but won't be able to do so. Puck picks up the kill. But now, with so many heroes missing, it's gonna be bottom lane. Look at this Macropyre though, they're just standing right in the middle of it, and it's Rubik that takes a lot of damage there, might be going down, but Goblik will be the one to go down first. Lifestealer, double kill, godlike right now. Macropyre got stolen and got laid down by the Rubik as well, I think. Yeah, it did, and that is a tower going down. This Lifestealer is going out of control, and that was the price that they paid for trying to take down that Bounty Hunter, by the way. If they weren't TPing out for the Bounty Hunter, 4-4 would not have gone in like that, and those 2 heroes would still be alive. Of course, I did create some space on the top lane by killing off that Bounty Hunter, because Alchemist is now farming top lane rather than bottom lane. But I don't know if you want to be giving away a double kill towards this Lifestealer as well as a tower kill, which actually Invoker picked up the gold for, so that's that. And it is going to be a Desolator up on that Lifestealer, sorry for me, but oh well, it's an understandable item. It's an item that we see up on Lifestealers very often. 10 for 0 for this Lifestealer. It could get so out of hand for Empire, as I fear like they might have underestimated him. Armlet now also up on the Alchemist, and Lifestealer, he's just gonna continue countering that Alchemist. He just rotated top, and is gonna be attacking stuff here. He's gonna take the last hits here as well, and Alchemist thinks, you know what, I'm gonna be going elsewhere. I'm just gonna TP home, and I'm gonna be going on the bottom lane again. Bottom lane where Goblik for now is taking the farm, but he will probably be going there again, as mid lane looks to be the target for 4-4 right now. Maybe they want to try to take down a tier 1 tower in the end. No, they're rotating. Leshrac taking down some creeps in the jungle, with Rubik going towards the top lane. Both of them are carrying a smoke, by the way, interesting to see, which they haven't used yet the entire game. We're gonna swap quickly towards the gold graphs to see how they are doing here. We have 3.5k gold in favor of Empire, which is of course the result of the farm from the Alchemist, as well as Queen of Pain doing well in mid, and Puck doing well on top as well. On top, of course. I mean, regardless of the kills, they have still been able to find farm, and they have still got 2 more kills than 404 has. The only difference is they have not been able to kill Lifestealer yet, while everybody of Empire so far has at least died more than once, or once in case of the puck. But yeah, Alchemist already dying 3 times, not something that you really want to see. We have everybody of Empire now in their own jungle. And they are being spotted out. The Dire has got this jungle so well covered, as in they know the awareness of, they know the whereabouts of everybody of Empire. Invisibility Room got picked up by Scandal, already gone once again, but they saw that being picked up as well because they just got wards everywhere. Tier 1 tower is going to be pressured. There's not going to be any defense for it, rather they take down 2 tier 1 towers in return by the looks of it, if they can. Well, they already got 1, let's see if they can get this one as well. Edict helping out, yes. This is 2 tier 1 towers for the price of 1. I say for the price of 1, might be for the price of a tier 2 as well. They need to defend this. There's still a fortification. There he goes. Are they going to try to defend this, or are they going to take tier 1 towers for themselves? That is the question that they have to make right now. Looks like they're going to try to take tier 1 towers by themselves. Empire will have their tower down first though, and probably will force the rest of 404 to defend, as they are pressing on towards a tier 3. And well, they can, why not? And fortification is already down. Creep wave is already gone as well. Are there TPs? Where are the TPs? Puck picking up a blink dagger, but his tier 3 is down. And they're gonna go for the barracks too. Track lands. It is the bouncer that shows his face first. Lifestealer now open wounds on the Alchemist. Silence going off. He cannot rage just yet. Telekinesis, Meteor, Scandal, dead. Nice macro fire though from Silent, but he does go down. Macro fire got stolen, got laid down as well. A lot of fire going off here. It is the Invoker that picks up the Tree and Protector. Open wounds. There goes the Alchemist as well. Invoker double kill. And it is Puck that is the only one who is alive at the end of that fight. It is 4 heroes going down on the side of Empire, and all they got in return was a tier 3, which is kind of nice to get, yes. But you lose 4 heroes over that, and again, Lifestealer being there, getting kills, Desolator complete. They're gonna get a Roshan as well, and I have to say, regardless of the tower going down, 404, this is not over yet by a long shot. Look at that experience graph just plummeting down. That is the kills that they just got. 4 kills for 0. Of course, there were track kills for those as well, so more gold going their direction as we see the gold graph dropping as well, but of course slightly different because of the towers that got taken down on the side of 404 as well. And oh, this bounty hunter taking a lot of damage here. Should be able to stay alive though. 3 seconds before he can Shadow Walk again. But Queen of Pain might be able to get it in return. No, should be fine. Should be fine. He has a dust though. Telekinesis coming up. Scream getting stolen. Phobos still thinking about going. We have 4 heroes from 404 on this top lane right now, wanting to defend their tier 2s. They need to defend their tier 2s. Because right now with these barracks here, they did place, or the Radiant team did place a very aggressive ward here already. But with these barracks, they need to keep track on this lane the entire time. You cannot count on a tower to push your lane back if the creep wave reaches your tower, which at some point it will do. So that is a handicap that they have to deal with right now. But at least there was no barracks gone down, so they do, well, they do not have to be there all that often if you just leave the creeps alone, so to speak, if there's nobody helping them. We have Lifestealer picking up a Basher. He's got so much farm. Look at that. He's got 3k more than an Alchemist who got Goblin's Greed. It is a very firm Lifestealer. It's just that he's been in 18 out of the 19 kills, and still the only kill that he wasn't in for was that Scandal going down on the mid lane. Scythe of Bicep on the Queen of Pain though. They want to have something to deal with that Lifestealer. Sheeping him is one of the ways to do it. Even though, having said that, that is of course if you don't catch him while he's raging. And the point about rage is that it now lasts longer than the lowest duration of the BKB. When you have that one on your lowest charge, it's like you get a free BKB. A very short cooldown as well, so if he managed to kill the Queen of Pain before that. And Queen of Pain has been going down. I mean, she's died 3 times right now. Living armor up with the tier 2 again. Tracks going off left and right and center. We have 4 heroes in his mid lane, 4 Empire with 4 also from 404 with 2 heroes left, the Invoker as well as the Alchemist. Alchemist is going to get a cold snap here. He's actually being on the run from this Invoker. Meteor to fall down, and he actually goes down. Invoker soloing the Alchemist.
Scarcely worth my notice.
Scarcely worth his notice. Smoke up. 4-4. Wanting to take this fight. They don't need to deal with an alchemist. There goes Lifestealer jumping in the left track. And they're actually gonna rotate top. Seeing if they can find something in this Queen of Pain. Telekinesis to start it off with. Actually, Lifestealer first picks up Jakiro backwards, but we're gonna first follow this one. Scandal is able to blink away after turning someone into a pick. That blink got stolen, though it is the Lifestealer that is coming in from the side. If that would have been a bash, that would have been a kill so much. So luck on the draw, I guess. Tier 2 tower looking a bit squishy here with Rubik on one side, 3 heroes on 404 on the other side. Track goes off on the Train Protector. By the way, it was Jakiro that fell towards the Lifestealer still here, who probably just was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Gave the Queen of Pain a bit of a notice that she had to back off there, by the way. Fortification will go off as Invoker still pushing down the bottom lane. They're gonna have a fight here though. Silence already up on the track, who's gonna try to keep himself alive for the mean being. We have Alchemist though picking up the last hit. Sonic Wave going through. Bounty Hunter taking a lot of damage as well. Only needs a bit more to go down. Dust being popped. They want to get him. Queen of Pain blinking in. No TP out for you. And that is the Lifestealer. Or well, was he still alive? He still is now, but he's not going to be alive for very much longer. Overgrowth goes down as well, and he goes down for the first time this game. And for the first time, Empire does not lose heroes. But they do lose a tier 2 on the bottom lane. But they do not lose heroes. That is 3 heroes down for the prize of a tier 2. And that is what they needed. They need to get some of the experience back, which is, well, the gold back first. Oh, Rubik being turned into a picked it. Does Queen of Pain want to go on this? No. And there's also a blink on the Rubik, so he is pretty movable right now. Can just be away when he smells trouble. It's going to be a tier 2 tower that's going to be taking a dive here, though. Fortification is still there and gets used as well. But without that Lifestealer, they cannot defend it. And they will not even try to defend it. Wisely so. Puck destroys the tower. Only one tier 2 tower left standing on the side of 404 on the top lane. And they still have a lot of towers to take down themselves. I mean, they still have 2 towers to take down for the tier 2s. And of course, they are 1 tier 3 tower behind as well. So being 2 towers behind so far. Which of course you have to take into account with this gold graph. It is in favor of Empire, but that is with 2 towers ahead for them. Why is Puck so low?
Transformation.
Where was... Was that a Sunstrike? He got a Sunstrike kill and I didn't notice? Oh. Nice Sunstrike though, like getting him here. Good job. You have Invoke. I haven't really looked at all the items all that much yet because there's been so much action in this game so far. I mean, 42 kills in 27 minutes. It's quite a lot. As we do see the Train Protector invisible next to this Lifestealer, but he's not going to be able to do anything by himself. We have a Lifestealer, of course. We kept track on the Lifestealer items because he is being the carry here. We have Train Protector has picked himself up the Vladimir's offering and is actually giving that aura also to the creeps that Noobs Run is giving away, but or killing off. Sorry. He just wants to keep tabs on him, and he is, I guess. Good job with that. Smoke up for the rest of 404 though. We have got the mechanism being built up by the Rubik. Mana boots up on him as well. We already saw the Invoker having his 4-staff as well as his Aghanims and Hand of Midas that is off cooldown, by the way, which he should be using again soon. Or will probably be using now that he's in the jungle. Should be using. Rubik pausing. Lifestealer back in the mid lane for now. But this pause is nice that we see... Wait a second. This is a dire courier. And I do think the Radiant see that courier. So they might be aware that someone's in their jungle. We'll find out though. We have Bounty Hunter picking up the drums, going for BKB probably next, and there indeed goes the Hand of Midas. Leshrek picking up the drums as well, so they've got 2 pairs of drums, which is not all that bad, not all that needed either, but you know, oh well. It's got braces as well, as of course being the support role, they're really banking all of it on the Lifestealer. With on the Radiant side, the farm is a bit more spread. With, of course, the Train Protector who's going towards the BKB. Wait a second, they want to go for this. There's a stun. It's on the left rack. Also, this... yeah, everything. It was the Hex, it was the Ice Path. He could not move. He gets picked off. That's what happened. Puck Gets a Sunstrike, actually Scandal taking it for him. With Puck picking up a Blink Dagger, which we already saw. Picked up a Ultimate Orb as well. Is going for another Sheepstick. They need to do that. They need to disable all those heroes. Alchemist going for a Assault Cuirass after his Armlet. Going for that very tanky build, and it looks like they want to be trying to take down a tier 3 tower. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it though. Chemical Rage is already activated. As we see the mechanism already up on the Jakiro, which is a difference of course from their opponent team right now. And that is all the items of the Diet of the Radiant team as well. So I just went over all of them. I do like these wards placement by the Dire, by the way. They make sure that they have I mean, if they would be aggressive right now, they know where everybody of Empire is. Of course, it's a result of the pushing that was happening earlier on. Oh, Alchemist just finishing up an item. He also now got a Basher. He's got 0 gold left, no buybacks for him. Level 15 for him, with level 17 on a Lifestealer, who did pick up a Hyperstone. I might be going for a Maelstrom still next, or maybe a Assault Cuirass. We don't know yet. Tracks to go off. Here they come. There's the invisibility from the Jakiro working out. Ice Path, Macropyre, look at this AoE damage, and it's 3 down. Lifestealer being amongst of them, and now the rest of 404 has to back up. This is going to be a tier 2 tower. Nice Ice Ball, slows them down, cannot chase anybody anymore, but the tier 2 tower will drop. That is 3 heroes going down in such a short period of time. Sonic Wave, Ice Path, Macropyre, Overgrowth, Puck Orb, Chemical, well, chemical stuff, I mean acid spray of course. It's too much. They just went down like it was nothing. Ice Path again, but this tier 3 tower, they have 30 seconds without Lifestealer, and like I said, they cannot do without that Lifestealer. Jakiro's still taking a lot of damage. Cold Snap's going off. Now Invoker being turned into a pig that goes down to the Queen of Pain, and the rest of 4-4 has to back up. Invoker buys back though. It's only the Lifestealer they're missing. Tier 3 tower will fall here. Here comes the Alchemist. Look at his right leg. He's just caring about barracks. I mean, there's heroes around him. He doesn't care. Doesn't care at all. Tracks to go off. There goes the Ice Path once again. The Shrek down. Bounty Hunter down. Barracks as good as down. Tornado still to go through, but it's only delaying the execution. And here comes the Lifestealer again. But the barracks are already down. Ice Path lands on the Rubik. There is a rage for the Lifestealer. Open wounds on Gomblak. He will take down that one first. Who's gonna be next? Is he gonna be finding someone next? Doesn't look like it. There's still Jakiro in the base of the Dire, but they don't really care, or at least they can't really pick him off anymore unless his Rubik can land a Telekinesis. Ice Path actually got stolen. Nice job there. Telekinesis will hold him back as well before the Lifestealer is here. Open wounds there as well. Silent pops his Ghost Scepter. Will only delay his execution though. Should still be going down. There's another Ice Path, and that is indeed Silent going down by the Sunstrike of the Invoker. Queen of Pain coming in still, might still be able to take care of the Rubik, actually will be able to do so, blinks away straightly afterwards. Open wounds are off cooldown again, had to get vision though, there it is, and there is the Queen of Pain dead on the hand of the Lifestealer, by the hand of the Lifestealer. But this is the first barracks going down. It is a melee barracks on the top lane. They paid for it, lost 3 heroes, but they started it off with a great fight for Empire, making sure that, you know what, even though this Lifestealer is just very farmed, he is definitely not invulnerable. He went down so fast. Would almost call him a glass cannon, but he is a glass cannon. If he's not able to attack, he doesn't lifesteal, so it's just that simple. And there's a lot of delays coming, disables coming off from Empire, of course. With that rage, it was just not in time. He was just not in time with that rage. Was not expecting the Jakiro to be there. Definitely the MVP of that fight earlier on. 4k gold again on the Alchemist. Before that fight in the top lane started, I said he went all in to go for that for the Basher, and he already got 4k gold again. He is farming so fast, it is unimaginable almost. If we didn't see it for our own eyes, well, actually that's just the thing about an Alchemist, I guess. He just farms really fast, and of course with those 2 team fights, it is, yeah, that will go very fast. Look at this spike up. That's what I'm talking about. It's almost 10k in favor of Empire right now. Experience graph still very even because the kills have been very even, and I have to say, like at the start of the game I said, if you look on paper, Empire is definitely the favorite for this match. But 404 able to hold their own in a pretty impressive fashion, I have to say. and I would definitely not count them out just yet. And they are, yeah, I'm quite impressed by 404 at this point. Roshan is going to be taken down by Empire though. I don't think they're going to be able to fight this in time. They might be able to take the aftermath, but the Roshan will already be taken down, and Elvis will already have its Aegis. Open wounds up on the Train Protector. Sonic Wave going through, and the Ice Pad. There's no rage. Where's the rage? No rage. Too many disables. It is the lifesteal that goes down. Buys back. There is the Overgrowth. Drops down the rest of the heroes of 404, and it's only the lifesteal that's back alive. Those disables is just deadly. The lifestealer, the moment he got in there, he open wounded, but he was not in time with his rage and was not able to do anything in that fight apart from standing still and taking all the damage that was incoming from Empire. And Empire will take the last tier 3 tower down, and probably with that also this barracks and maybe more, because only a lifestealer that they have to fight, and actually they just want to fight him. There's the rage, open wound, Scandal might be going down, but no, this Basher just too much. There is the stun, noobs run noob, there, if run noobs run, there's the Ice Pass, making sure that it is a Goblik that picks up the kill. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was the GG. Queen of Pain just going to the barracks on the bottom lane, which we were of course already bare because the tier 3 tower there was already dropped off. The range barracks already went down to creeps on the top lane, and these barracks here will probably go down as well. There's a telekinesis. Rubik tried to make his way out of there. There is no buyback on the lifestealer, so they have to defend this without the lifestealer. Shuriken toss lands on Jakir, doesn't do that much. Ice Pet got stolen. Leshrac stun hits on 2, and it's Leshrac that has to be careful. He's gonna go down just like the Rubik, just like the Bounty Hunter. Invoker still lands a meteor, still gets silenced. He is still alive for now, but he is the only one, and this will be the end of the barracks. There is now mega creeps up on Empire, and tier 4 towers getting dropped off. Barracks will go down. It is not over yet for 404, because we are gonna see 2 matches between these two games, between these two teams. With this being game number 1. Oh, there goes the Invoker still. But this was game number 1, as Empire took the win after a comeback, because I mean that trialing from 404 definitely worked out. GG, well played goes out, and we're gonna see if 404 can make it a one-on-one, which is of course what they be wanting to do right now, or if they are gonna leave this this matchup with 2-0, because we're gonna see game number 2 between 404 and Empire coming up next. Don't go anywhere, because I am hoping for another good game just like this one, because this was definitely a very good game. Nice play coming off from both teams. Stay tuned for more Dota 2 action. Don't go anywhere.